5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Yes, good evening, guys, and welcome back to Leicester Till I Die TV. And dare I say, it's the only show on the channel right now we can offer you where you might see a Leicester win. Things are tough, right? How are we all feeling after yesterday? Get your highs and the lows in the chat there. We'll get right to it tonight, and I'll say hello to you guys shortly. But right, we have got a big episode tonight. 10 games left in Sky Bet League 2, and we have an opportunity to get ourselves promoted. With 5 games to be played tonight, we've got a big one to start against third place MK Dons. It's going to be a very, very interesting one. And as usual, Tinkerman Tom behind the scenes has been tinkering with some more transfers. So it's not all going to be on pitch we're going to see. There's going to be other bits as well. Let's see some comments here a minute. Good evening, Dino. Hope you're doing well there, bud. And hi, Andreas. Good to see you as well, mate. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I had a bit of a toothache yesterday, but my strategy of ploughing my way through it with help of alcohol kind of worked, apart from the hangover I had today, which is really, really difficult. Hope all is well, Brad. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not Brad, as you know, mate. But hey, Brad's a bit better looking than me, but he'd be just as good at this, wouldn't he? I think right now, anyone taking charge of Leicester could probably do quite well. Anyway, let's get to what we got tonight. So, take you through the fixtures and last time out, guys, to start us off. Last time out, we had an unbeaten episode. Wonderful stuff. We beat Notts County by 5-2. We drew with Crawley. This was during a phase where we had some injury problems and needed to do some squad rotation. So that was a bit disappointing, but we rebounded by beating Ian Holloway's Swindon by 3-1. Another 5-2 win there over Cheltenham followed, and a 2-0 away win at Oldham. So tonight, going into it now, we have got MK Dons away. We've got Crew at home. Now, MK Dons obviously are thirds. This is the biggest game we're going to get straight into tonight, guys. If we lose this, we could be putting our promotional space under threat. And then we also got Bristol Rovers at home, who are fighting for a playoff place. And we've got Gillingham away, who are in 12th. And we're going to end up with Fleetwood, who are in the playoffs at home as well. So it is all or nothing tonight. Big up for you as well there, my friend. We all have too many beers now and again, don't we, mate, unfortunately. Us is like, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'll tell you what, I felt it today. But anyway, we'll see how this gets on. Let's quickly take us back to the league table one more time to get you up to speed. So we have played 1 game less than Chesterfield, who've just gone back ahead of us in the league. We're all in this clump here, 80 points, 79, 78. Goal difference, very similar. It's going to go down to the wire, and Colchester are only 2 points off us in the automatic promotion places. So it's going to be an interesting one. Let's get straight to the first game here tonight. Then MK Dons, they're going to match up very similar to us here, 4-2-3-1 with our Enzo ball. Tonight's changes, right, so I've brought back in Ali, who's now fit. Grazik's back in goal after his injury problems as well, so that's 2 big players back for us. Ali has got the most assists in League 2 this year. He's got 13. Remarkable stuff he's doing for us. Monga's going to be back in on the left. Knockout is going to retain his place on the right. And Marcel's going to go into the middle because Will Alves has a slight knock. So let's see how we get on tonight. We did beat MK Dons 2-1 last time out when we were at home. So let's see how we can get on at their place. If we lose this, we could be in trouble because I need to get the club promoted this year. That is the aim. And I want to win the championship, as you can imagine. Going to start with a bit of the faith here, guys. And let's get to this one. How are we all feeling about this? Hopefully we'll do all right, eh? We'll soon see. And how are you all feeling about the game yesterday as well? Obviously, FA Cup. It's amazing how Leicester have got this thing right now where they've managed to really put us in a position where things were bad, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we've now lost by after being 3-0 up and lost 4-3. And then yesterday we ended up going to extra time and extending the suffering a bit further, didn't we? Which was a bit more frustrating. But anyway, let's hope tonight I can put a bit of order back into proceedings here. It's quite scary to think we started off this save idea, me and Chris, as a bit of a joke. Sort of like, well, what happened if Leicester would have major financial problems and we get kicked out to League Two and we start again with the academy? What would that look like? We're seeing it. Unfortunately, in real life, it could be pretty much the same, couldn't it? First highlight coming up now. MK Dons are going to get it here with Gibber. He's going to play it up to Tom Nilsson. And he plays it in. Vermouth there hasn't got a good bit of communication going, has he, there with the goalkeeper? And now Ghibli's going to pick it up again here. Looks like MK Dons is realistic. They've got no one in the stadium. They've hit the crossbar here. That's a warning shot early for us. And there was going to be another one, and that's a good effort by Vermouth there to get his head on it and clear it to safety. Vermouth turned into the goalkeeper there for the last two, didn't he? Making good interceptions there. But difficult start by the looks of it. We've got our heat map on this so we can see where the heat on the pitch is coming. We're going to have a corner here. We mix up our short and long corners. Knockout to put it in now. Oh, and it's headed by Sutton. It's been a good save there again at the opposite end of the pitch this time. Both teams here early, guys, looking like they've got opportunities in them to score goals. Incredible. You want to chat about Leicester as well, get it in the chat. We make it a bit of a hangout stream tonight generally as well. And now what a worrying time for the football club, isn't it? It's looking like we could get cut adrift at the bottom of the championship in a minute. Anyway, ball forward now and a counter-attack tendency for MK Dons. Ali's done really well there to slide across and win that. Monga's going to lay it off to Vermouth now. Get our shape back here, a bit of composure. Page is going to feed it up to Knockout here on the right-hand side. Unfortunately, he can't get past Tomilson here. Ricardo too. Brian Pereira, we nicknamed him Ricardo too, really cemented himself down this right-hand side today. And after this game, we might see a transfer done as well. I decided to be a bit proactive here, even though we are out of the window. I think that is going to be very helpful to us. Here comes Ali again now down this left-hand side. He's got pace to burn and he's got a crossing ability like no one else in the league. Oh, and it's gone all the way through and there's going to be a penalty. Tomilson pushed Knockout there, and I think it might be Knockout to take it, or will it be Marçal, guys? We're going to see as Marçal with a chance to score from the spot here, and he hits the post. What is going on? He's been taking lessons from Jordan Ayew, everyone. It looks like art is imitating real life. What an opportunity that was, and what a miss. And it looks like that might take us into half-time here, being all square, which is going to be disappointing. But at least the game's nice and tight. Let's see what the actual stats are at the moment. Oh, we can't. It'll come up now, look. So we've had 10 shots, 5 on target, a much better XG. We're looking a lot better in the X3 stakes here, aren't we? And MK Dons have just had that one which hit the crossbar. So this isn't good enough, guys. It's pretty unacceptable. Let's get out there, I think, again. Do I want to make any changes here? Louis Page is looking a little bit tired, but we can maybe rest him next time. Marçal, obviously, since he missed the penalty, he's looking nervous. I think we want to make a quick little shifteroo here, don't we? Yeah, Joe, let's get Michael Golding in for Marçal. Let's give him a run out here. I think that'll be helpful. Change that up, get away the nerves. Probably wouldn't look very good to the player if you're subbing him off for missing a penalty, perhaps, but we need to get the 3 points here, don't we? Right, going to be an opportunity for Leicester now by the looks of it. Ricardo here is going to throw the ball in. Knockout to Page, flicks it to Monga. 15th goal of the season from the wing. Our wonder kid Jeremy. Come on, son. That's a good start. It was a toss-up today whether I picked him or I picked our loanee from Coventry, Rodriguez, who has been very, very effective for us so far. But I decided off the bench he's a bit more effective than what he is at starting. So corner now for MK Dons. They're going to flick it in. Going to be all the way back to Orford, and it has gone in off Thompson, but I think that was offside. The referee looks like he's going to blow for it as well, and he has, and he was offside. So that was really helpful for us. Get towards the 60th minute now. I think it's time to make another change here. Mercer Ali's looking like he's going to get himself in trouble. So Thibault Desmelt to come on, if I'm saying that correctly, Desmit. Anxious there up front for Salech. I think Knockout can come off here, and I think what we'll do is we're going to do a little switcheroo. Monga can go back on the right. Borgs Rodriguez can go on the left, because he's been very effective from those positions so far for us. I think he's come off the bench now and scored 3 goals in 3 games, which has been really saving our bacon at times when we've needed it, right? Still got the 1-0 lead here as we get to 20 minutes to go. This will be a huge 3 points for us to start the night out with. We need these in the bag. A draw wouldn't be a disaster, but it keeps us in this battle royale we got going on at the top of the league. Long ball forward now. Ricardo's going to try and win the header. Hepburn Murphy's coming forward for MK Dons. They do have a threat, and Grazik's had to tip it over the top of the crossbar there. We'll keep it out of the net, though, and it's going to be another opportunity from the corner as MK Dons make 2 changes as well. And Namin's going to play it in here all the way towards the back post. Suter deals with them every day of the week. And now Monga's trying to make a tackle, and unfortunately he's nibbled him on the back of the heels there, and it's going to be a free kick to MK Dons. Played in towards the back post, headed over the top of the crossbar. And we'll take that every day of the week, guys. Evening, Scott. Have we all recovered from yesterday? I haven't physically, my friend, but no, it's really, really quite dark times, isn't it? Unfortunately, it's amazing, Scott. I've got this foreboding feeling about Leicester right now, where it's almost like we haven't seen anything yet, and I don't like having that feeling. I don't like to be negative, but it does feel a bit like the worst is yet to come. Unfortunately, it might not even be on the pitch. Would you believe it? 4 minutes of added time to hold on, and we're going to do the double over MK Dons. A big result to start the night, guys. That midfield 2 utterly running the show. Ignore the recent media praise. They want us to be complacent, guys. Well done. Nice 1-0 win. Puts us back top of the league. Look, with 9 games to go, we might be able to get that promotion in the books tonight if results go our way elsewhere as well. We're looking at Colchester hopefully losing a few games along the way. Excellent stuff. Right, so we've got a fitness concern here for Braybrook and Page, which we did expect. There's a lot going on in our engine room tactically, which means these lads are going to use a lot of energy to try and get the ball forward as well. So we might see some changes with Golding able to come back in. Obviously, we've got a load of guys down here as well. Will Alvarez will be back fit for the next game as well. And that's coming up right around the corner. There's no rest for the wicked. It's a squad game for us as we click on through the days here. So team selection of Isamandi King, he is recommended we rotate quite heavily here, which I don't really want to do too much, but I will move some around. He's definitely got a different opinion to me on what players he likes and what ones that I do, which is interesting. I've won Manager of the Month. That's a good one, guys. How many times have I won this year? Okay, so that's my second one, guys. My second Manager of the Month for the season, February and October. Happy days. They don't give you champagne anymore, do they? And John Rudkin's pleased with me. Thank you very much, John. I know things are difficult right now, but I appreciate it. I just watched something and realised it's costing the club a minimum of 15-year for upkeep. Yeah, and this goes back to things like the training facility, doesn't it, Scott? It's worrying because we got like an utter, white elephant of a training facility, which is going to cost so much to run. It's basically a 5-star hotel with a spa mix in it, isn't it? And you think the commercial side of that is, really probably being underexploited a little bit as well. And it's just costing so much money. If we go to League One, it's going to be very difficult to maintain all this, isn't it? They probably have to sell the other training facility, I think, as well. We might not be able to afford to run it, which is the crazy thing, isn't it? It is worrying because I think if we do go down, we might not be able to hit the PSR rules for the league either, which will put us in massive risk. So, all right, the board's giving me a B rating. That's good. And the supporters are happy. Thank you, everyone in the chat. You're happy with me. That's good. At least we're getting wins, which is something that can't be said anywhere else. It does look like we're going to have to change both our centre mids here, but it probably is wise to do it against Crewe, who are 18th, versus Bristol Rovers, who are 8th. This was always going to be the trade-off with the style of formation I was playing in this. The Enzo ball, the high press, the real running, and trying to utilise that. I mean, even Hubert Grazik's looking a bit unfit as well here. So there might be a bit of mass rotation going on. Let's have a look. I'm going to have to change both the midfielders, guys. So we'll get Golding back in. I think it's going to be Cartwright alongside him. We're going to see some changes here. I'm going to get Martal off, I think, today for Alves because I've not been impressed with him in that game. So he can go back on the bench. Need another central midfielder to come in here, don't I? We'll get Toby Oniyeni in there, who's obviously another one of our academy prospects in real life. So we'll get him involved. I think everyone else, I kind of want to stay pretty similar, really. I think our defence getting a clean sheet last time out was pretty good. Tibalta Smet can probably have a go actually today. Mix it up for Ali actually, just to keep his playing time happiness happy as well. And see how we get on there. And as you can see, I have made an offer for £750,000 for Borges Rodriguez. Once he signs that, we're going to confirm him. I don't want Coventry to get any ideas here about keeping him. Right, Crewe. Central midfield completely mixed up. This could backfire. It's happened before. And let's get here a minute to this game, and I'll get to some more comments here. Don't let our good run of form come to an end here, guys. Let's keep going out here and keep playing some good football. Could do with Salic getting a goal today. He's dried up a little bit recently, but there we go. Yeah, it's 15 million if you actually upkeep a C grade. That's not the rest of the things out there. Yeah, this is it, isn't it, Scott? Yeah, it's a lot. Interesting how much it is costing. I mean, it was all well and good when you're in the Premier League and you've got that income coming in, but as soon as you're not in the Premier League, right, you haven't got that money to trade off against it anymore, have you? So it is incredibly difficult. And Cartwright seems to be getting plenty of time from Scotland. We're interested to see if he comes in the squad next season. Yeah, do you know what? He has, hasn't he? And he got a great wonder goal to start the season for them as well at Falkirk, didn't he? I mean, Ruud van Nistelrooy quite liked him when he was here. He was talking about maybe he was going to get included from the bench a bit more than actually happened. But it's interesting to know we have got some options, hopefully, with the academy players. Ricardo, too. First goal for Leicester, guys. What a moment. Well done, Ricky, too. The sequel. And this is sort of like Aliens than Alien, because I think the Aliens were better than the Alien film, weren't they? If that makes sense. So I think we got a better one here now anyway. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Golding's going to play a cross in now from the free kick. Monga's going to have an opportunity. Monga nearly goes top bins, guys. Jeremy Monga, you little legend. He's 15 goals from the left wing this season. I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see what players we've got coming back next year, Scott. You're right. Ricardo, too, here is going to pick the ball up on the right-hand side. Suter's going to come inside to Golding now. Monga turns again, and once again, he's trying to find the top goal corner there. His confidence is flowing, and his stats are improving. He could very well be a Premier League player here. And what's going to be interesting at the end of this season is there going to be any interest in a lot of our players from bigger clubs? There has started to be some sniffing around Will Alves from Premier League clubs like Crystal Palace. So that could be something we've got to try and bat away. Monga's brought the ball down really well there, and he's finally got that top corner he's been aiming for all game. Third time lucky, guys, in the back of the net. Leicester 2, Crew 0 after 15 minutes. Ooh, excellent stuff. Happy with that. And as you can see from our press, we're really sitting on them quite high up the pitch here. I think this is what makes this show quite interesting, what we're doing as well, guys, and Scott as well, because obviously we're using all these players and we're kind of seeing who is the ones that are going to make it and who's the ones that aren't. And it's interesting enough, like Jake Evans doesn't look like he's going to make it for me, neither does Silko Thomas potentially. But you would say that actually the one that's been a surprise has been Ali at left back, who's been utterly brilliant, for example. Knockout back to Ricardo too. Can he get his second of the game? Oh, and he's been tipped around the side of the post there. He is looking lively today, Ricky too. He must have put some money on him scoring. And no, that doesn't happen, does it? Don't want to get in trouble. Alves plays a ball across, and unfortunately, Booth's going to pick it up here. The only benefit I can see if we go down League One is wrong. We have to reduce the wage bill significantly, which is high, so that'll not be a bad thing. Yeah, exactly, mate. We're going to have to cut our cloth more accordingly, aren't we? The pressure is going to be on for that, because remember when Sunderland went to League One, they had probably one player, Jack Rodwell, who was on like £80,000 a week and wasn't going to go anywhere. I think the funny thing is we're going to have, unfortunately, probably 4 or 5 players like that. We're going to have to try and move on. Makes it very difficult. Evening, Ant. How are you, bud? Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. Yeah, not too bad. Can't complain at all, mate. Feeling a bit better than yesterday anyway. Here come Crew now as we get towards half time. They're going to pull one back. Oh, they smashed it off the crossbar, guys. We'll ride our luck, Claire, but I think it's going to take us through to the break. If we can get the third before then, we might be able to rest some more legs, because we've got Bristol Rovers right around the corner. Oh, and it's been a good save there from Booth. His fingertips keeping that out. Monga at the back post, trying to get his second of the game. Can Monga get to 20 goals this season from the left wing? It'll be crazy, wouldn't it? To the dressing room, as you can see, dominating. This is the Tom way. I want to be dominating all these metrics. I'm going to say here, important to stay focused. Do not let any sort of bad play creep in. And we have got some fitness problems. So we get Suter off here for Masonda, who's more than capable to replace that. Ricardo too is looking a little bit like he might have an injury in a minute as well. So I think we might make 3 changes at half time here. Will Alves can come off here for Marçal. And I think, do I want to do Ricky as well? Do I want to take off both goal scorers? Maybe Monga. No, I'm just going to leave it at the moment, but I think we will look at bringing Ricky 2 off in a minute as well, guys, just to keep things a bit fresher. Managing legs is a big part of this, and oh my word, Crew go close there to getting us back in, to get themselves back in this. It'll be typical. I make 2 changes here, and it comes back to backfire. Frame to Leicester now. Vermouth plays all the way up. And here comes Cartwright now winning that ball, the man we were just talking about. Knockout down to Monga. He's got to score. Oh, and he's hit the post. That post is becoming a bit of a friend for people like Monga and Marçal, isn't it? Let's hope we don't hit it too much. When we get to 60 minutes, I'm going to change the formation up here, guys, as well. I'm going to switch to the one where we're not exerting energy. I think that's a better idea. I've got my second phase of this. So we'll go to phase 3, look, which is going to drop us down now, a defensive mid rather than an attacking mid. We'll just switch around. It will be Cartwright to go in as the anchor. Golding will go in as the box-to-box. Marçal can go in as a centre mid. Looking nervous. That's interesting. And I think I want to get Ricardo 2 off here, but I haven't got a right back on the bench, which is typical of me. I should have thought about that, shouldn't I? I think for the moment, I'm just going to change the shape and not worry too much. If we have to play Barron the next game, or maybe get a Luca out for the under-21s, we could do that as well, right? Going to be another chance for Leicester here. Now Knockout's going to come inside, turn around. Knockout scores, 6th goal of the season. Perfect. 3-0. We'll take that. Scott, do you not think most of the players at the club want to move on as we go against them to carry their poor performance to the ground? I think it's going to depend on the individual, Scott, isn't it? I mean, the problem I would say is, and we've seen this when trying to move Sumari on, for example, or Wout Faes. I mean, Wout Faes, I think, was still playing half his wages while he's out of Monaco, which is remarkable, really, isn't it? Is they're so overpaid. I don't think they're going to get that sort of money elsewhere. So some of them might hold on and be a bit difficult in that regard. But I do think just the way the club is right now and the energy around the place, they don't look a happy group at all, do they? So I think when you take that into consideration, some players will put their happiness over that and probably take a pay cut. I mean, Cody did, didn't he? Cody, I think, whacked his wages down to a third to go to Wrexham, and he's half them again to go to Charlton, I'm pretty sure. So I think hopefully we'll be all right. I'd like, if we're in that position, I hope the players will just realise that, you know, they don't want to be associated with killing the football club. You know, it's a really bad look for you as a footballer, isn't it? But luckily there'll be a few out of contract at the end of the season anyway, like Winks and Ricardo for one, who are going to be gone. So, and that'll be what, 170 grand a week off the wage bill straight away, which is pretty good. So Cartwright coming forward now for Leicester, Golding down to Monga. Monga's first touch there let him down, but De Smet's pushed up really nicely here. This is what we want to do. We want the inside forwards to come inside, the wingers, the wing backs to go. Oh my word, Michael Golding scored a wonderful goal there, guys. I was just explaining the system and how we want to get De Smet and how we want to get Ricardo too overlapping to create the width, as you can see on the heat map there. I don't want to do inverted fullbacks. I think it's completely overplayed in the game nowadays. And that was a great effort there, wasn't it? 4-0, guys. Wonderful stuff. Our goal difference could be crucial here as well, bearing in mind we're in the position of points being quite hard to come by. Let's get Salic off here for the Rennes Hutchinson to have a run out, and let's get Monga off here for Borgs Rodriguez, who hopefully will be signing a permanent deal with us soon. The problem, I decided to try and do this one early because after 5 games, it's very apparent he could probably play in the Championship long term. And I'm trying to isolate up Championship signings now for League One, because if we can get ourselves promoted from League Two, then we need to get ourselves promoted from League One next season, don't we? 4-0 win, happy days. Nice work, everyone. Easy pat on the back. Go and enjoy the pub tonight. Well done. And that's given us a nice gap now because MK Dons have had something happen. They did beat Newport, but because we beat them, we've now made that gap 4 points, and we've got a bit of a gap opening up to Colchester now as well, guys. Colchester drew 0-0 with Gillingham, and Chesterfield here as well. If I quickly see Chesterfield, I can't see where they are. Yeah, they lost 2-0 at home to Oldham. Things are coming up all Leicester, guys, in this one. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. We'd really appreciate the support on this one. And Ricardo, 2's on form for Leicester. Brilliant stuff. 5 matches, 1 in a row now. So we've now turned an undefeated spell into a winning spell as well. And now we're going to go and play Bristol Rovers at home. If we can win that, I think it's looking pretty good, isn't it? We should hopefully be able to steamroll our way completely up towards winning this league. I'd like to win this. And we've got our signing guys. Rafael Borgs Rodriguez. I'll quickly show you him. Look, he's good, isn't he? I mean, you think for League Two level, I mean, his natural fitness is a bit of a concern, but so far abusing him as a bit part player, and he's signing a hot prospect contract, so he won't be expecting first team football all the time. But his dribbling and his first touch and his determination are exactly where we want him to be, and his long shots are very capable. He's already used that quite a lot this season for us. So welcome to the club, Rafael Borgs Rodriguez. That is now a permanent deal. That means he'll be sticking around with us. We also want to get Salic, the striker, signed up at some point, but I have a problem with that, and that he's going to need an ESC place. And they're currently taken up by Barry Lawyers and Vermouth. So, I mean, Barry Lawyers at the end of the season will be going, and I think Vermouth might have to go just because we're going to have different options available. We're going to be better to replace him with. So, when we get to the end of like this season, hopefully with me not being sacked because I've got us promoted, which is looking very much on the cards now, we'll come back and do a big transfer special, which will be incredible. Mursad Ali is now showing he's going to be a leading player for most League Two sides. He's getting really good. I mean, his natural fitness is good. His pace is good. His acceleration's great. Agility, crossing, dribbling, tackling's gone up massively. That was like a 7 when we started. He's all improving, isn't he? This guy could end up becoming a real top left wing back for us, can't he? I think he's going to be excellent, actually. So that's encouraging. So that's a good bit of business done for us. And now we're going to get to this Bristol Rovers game where we'll pick the team again here. The expectation is we win this. I'm going to completely, I think, start from... No, I won't start from scratch. I'll just have a look at what I need to do. So Ricardo, too, is looking a bit knackered. High risk of injury. So I've got to be a little bit careful here. I think Vermouth's going to have to drop out today for a rest from Masonda. I'll get Mursad Ali back in for Dismay. I think on the bench today we're going to go for... If I quickly change this around, where is he? Right at the bottom, Barra. So we've got the right back option. Ricardo can play half the game and get taken off, I think. Will Alves, once again, has got problems. So Marcel's going to have to go back in the middle. Knock up Monga makes sense. We'll make the changes back in centre mid here as well, with Braybrook coming back in alongside Cartwright. Although, to be fair to him, actually, Golding played really well in that game, didn't he? I do wonder if Golding might want to go in the attacking mid-centre position because he's got that versatility about him, hasn't he? Decisions as a manager you've got to make. It's not easy, is it? Let's get Cartwright back on the bench here. Toby Onieni can come off for Golding. Right, I think that's looking pretty good. You can kind of see the players that are sort of probably going to filter their way out of the club at the end of the season as well now, aren't we? So, right, we'll go with that. Hopefully we don't lose Ricardo too to injury, because Barra's not as good. Although, to be fair to Barra, he's outperformed his stats, so to speak. So if we win this, we're going to be looking in a very good spot. And Bristol Rovers are going to play this crazy formation here with 3-4-2-1. They're playing the Charlton system, as I like to call it. Let's get to this now, guys. Can we win our third game in a row tonight? Come on, let's go and do this. What should I say to them for this one? I think we need to show the praise is justified, lads. I find if I tell them I expect them to win, it always ends up in tears. So I'm just going to keep, raising their confidence up by just telling them, hey, it's okay, you can win this game, you can win. Go out there and do it. Bristol Rovers have got a player I quite like on Football Manager, and that's Christian Sekularic. I always like signing him on a free transfer. If you're starting off with a lower league save, he's someone you could really bring in and really, build a team around. So Bristol Rovers are 8th. They need to win for their playoff options. And actually, we lost to Bristol Rovers earlier in the season. They were our first defeat of the season. Only lost 5 games all season. Bristol Rovers was one of them, and it was a 1-0 defeat. So let's hope today that isn't the case. And look at their shape right now. They've got us hemmed right back here. With 2 attackers attacking mids and a striker, they're going to be very difficult today if they break against us. Here comes Louis Page, though, on metronome in the midfield. Going to slip it through to Monga, down to Ali. Numbers in the middle, ball across, and there's Marcel for his 18th goal of the season. Come on. Come on, 6 minutes. I think the nice thing is we're going out there and trying to win football matches early. This is the idea. Go out there, try and get the ball in the back of the net in the first 10 minutes and then get ourselves to a position where we can then start rotating the formation, saving those legs and managing things. Oh, and Grazik's made a great save there. And Grazik's really developed for us as well. Bear in mind, we had goalkeeper problems at the start of it, with French and Bowser probably not being up to the level for League Two. Oh, and he's made a good save again there. Unbelievable stuff. And he looks like he's redeveloping Grazik from a free transfer, an Arsenal Academy player, into being a top goalkeeper. And as I say that, we have conceded the equaliser. Shouldn't give too much praise to your goalkeeper too early, should you? It's 1-1, unfortunately, on 10 minutes. But still, it could be a lot worse. Let's hope it doesn't get a lot worse than this one. Right, let's keep going here. Come on, Leicester. I'm not going to encourage them quite yet. It's 20 minutes. I normally like to wait till the second half. Okay, corner to Bristol Rovers. Going to be played into the near post, and they've hit the crossbar. Their corners, they're incredibly dangerous from. I remember this last time out. But we have got an opportunity to launch a counter, but the goal scorer Baglu there is going to make a sliding tackle. That's where their danger lies from these set pieces. And actually, if you look at their heat map, they're the ones pushing us back the most of any team we played so far. So maybe if there is a League Two bogey team we got, it is going to be Bristol Rovers in this one. If we get through the half-time all square, it's not a disaster. I'd like to go unbeaten now to the end of the season as well. I think that would be really cool. That would be a really nice way to end off. 4 minutes of added time to get through now. And we're going to go to the dressing room. Right, the XG is all in our favour. But to be fair, they've had more shots than us. The XG is with us. I do wonder how much XG actually really matters, though. It seems to be one of these modern-day things, doesn't it? I don't like what I saw from this team. Your defensive performance has been unacceptable. I'm not happy with your playmaking. Go out there and do better, lads. Oh, and I want to look at Ricardo too in a minute. Watch his fitness, don't I, as well, guys? Otherwise, I might break him. If we lose him for the run-in, that could not be helpful. We'll get to 60 minutes here before we make a change. Nothing hurting really too much, is there? But not many highlights in this one. Looks like Bristol Rovers' idea to come out here and frustrate us in a similar way to Oxford is probably working. Marsal's picked up a knock here. It's a potential knee injury, which is not good. As you can see, this is the problem with the formation we got. It is managing these legs because it takes a lot out of the players. Let's get Barrett on here. I think Suter can come off a Cartwright. He was very versatile, can play that centre-back position as well. Mongo I'm going to take off and Marsal as well. We're going to make 4 changes here. I know, crazy, right? Making 4 changes. There we go. Golding, hopefully, he's got a goal in him from here. So let's demand some more of the team now when we get them on. Come on, Leicester. We don't want to drop any points here. If I do back-to-back defeats to Bristol Rovers, I won't be best pleased. Come on, guys. 20 minutes to go. Is there going to be an opportunity for us? Salic has dried up a little bit, which is a bit concerning. I need him to be starting to find the back of the net. Because I didn't gamble we're going to get another striker in because I thought Lorenz Hutchinson was doing a good job from being promoted from the under-21s into the first team. But he started to dry up as well. Right, looks like we're going to draw this one, guys. 3 minutes of added time. Is there going to be a last-minute highlight here? Knockout apparently had an opportunity, but it is full-time. We need to get the 1 point from the 6 on offer against Bristol Rovers this season, so they have been the bogey team. I'm embarrassed by that performance. It was shameful, and the fans would be as well. The only good news is, obviously, we are still 6 points clear of Chesterfield, and we're going to be 8 points clear of Colchester, which is good, So we still might be able to get our automatic promotion tonight. We secured a playoff spot. So that is the first part of it. Well done, Tom. Pat on the back. Actually, it's been surprisingly more difficult than what I thought because the youth players, obviously, they haven't got the mental attributes a lot of the other players have got. Marsal's out for 6 days with twisted knee. It's a good thing I spotted that. And we have got a little bit of jadedness in the team with Suter, Page and Braybrook here. So there we go. Confirmation of our playoffs. And who we got up next? Gillingham, who are in 7th place. Is that right? No, 10th, isn't it? 12th. That's okay. So Gillingham up next. And then we got Fleetwood, who are obviously in the playoffs as well, alongside ourselves currently. So if results go in our favour, I don't know if we're going to get that promotion confirmed today, but we're going to be very, very close. I'll quickly look at that report a minute, guys. I'm skipping through it, trying to get to the game. And Ricardo 2's out with blisters for 7 days. That's frustrating. And Will Alves has shown remarkable improvements in the last couple of months. I feel the player's exposure to first-team football has definitely been a factor in his development. He'll be a good player for most championship sides, and his potential could lead to him becoming a Premier League right winger. Yeah, his stats are going up a bit. I mean, that dribbling's jumped up out of nowhere, as has the flair and the off-the-ball ability and all the rest of it. I think going forward, natural fitness is going to be something I'm really going to look at in my players and bringing in, because I'm going to really, until we get to hopefully the Premier League's many moons down the line, I'm going to be looking at trying to play this system where we're trying to smother teams and dominate them with fitness. So trying to get back to the days we had when we had the small squad under Dave Rennie's medical staff, where we had literally just the fittest players in the league. That's what we're aiming for. So I think that's going to help me as part of my transfer recruitment policy in this summer. Although I do just appreciate, I've just gone after Borgs Rodriguez, who's got a 6 for his fitness. So in some ways I'm slightly hypocritical perhaps, but who's doing well at training? The training standard's good. I'm not going to tell knock it off for 6.8. That's okay. And as you can see, the familiarity of the formations, this formation we're going to sack off because it doesn't work. The cautious 5-2-3. We were conceding approximately 3 goals every 45 minutes playing that. So it shows you it's not all good, is it? You've got to sometimes take a risk and see what happens. But unfortunately, that wasn't the way to go. Definitely for us, shifting between these two of the phase 2 and the phase 3 has definitely made it a lot better for us. Because as you can see, the intensity here is just so much lessened or reduced. Whereas this one here is obviously the one where we're going to go all out. I'm going to clear the team for next time. We're going to try and pick the freshest team we can for the mid-table game against Gillingham here. Once again, guys, don't forget to hit your likes. Don't forget to get your comments in as well, guys. Obviously, it helps me keep the show going rather than me rabbiting on too much about stuff. It's going to be interesting to see if we get a manager this week. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have been hearing the same rumours I have, but the rumours are is that obviously we can't come to terms on anyone at the moment for a multitude of different reasons, not just for one. There's certain reasons popping up here for some managers, other ones for others. I think some managers we're looking at are probably going to be outside of our financial realm now as well, unfortunately, aren't they? It does make me wonder if we're going to end up in a position in a minute where we're going to end up with Nigel Pearson back. And I know people are going to be like, well, he doesn't get on with so-and-so and all the rest of it, which I think is obviously true. But I just wonder if no one else is going to be that willing to take the job on. And you're in a position then when you've probably got to keep Andy King around. You need to go with someone that Andy King can work with, right? Money is the biggest problem we got, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. I mean, I kind of wonder if the third coming of the king might not be a bad shout for us right now, because it might lift the club a bit. Right, let's get to this one. Anyone else playing anyone interesting today? Okay, so Newport, who are 11th, are hosting Chesterfield, who are in third, look. And then I think that's it for everyone. Oh, MK Dons are at home to Oldham. Oldham are down them relegation trouble here, although they should stay up. Looks like Tranmere are going to go to the National League, guys. It's always interesting on Football Manager, isn't it, when you get to this point of the season and you start to see how it's all panning out. And actually, before we get to this game, I'm going to have a quick look at all the leagues. I'm intrigued to see who's doing what. So if I get to the profile here into the league table. So, right, so obviously us and MK Dons are confirmed for the playoffs so far. Looks like Bromley and Tranmere are going to go. Tranmere need to win 2 games in a row to get themselves equal on points with Accrington and Oldham. So a big club probably going down there. And Bromley aren't very realistic on this. In real life, obviously, they're smashing it. Well said, Scott. Andy Woodman should be the man to bring in. Can't see him having a huge wage to demand the manager on it. Yeah, I think that's very true. I'd love to have their scouting network as well, because they actually use Football Manager at Bromley to get their players. Would you believe it? I mean, I know other big clubs do as well nowadays, don't they, mate? Like Everton do. I always mention this on this show, but I think it's interesting to see that has worked so well for them in identifying and picking up free agents in particular, especially ones with a lot more experience than what you'd anticipate Bromley getting. So, yeah, I'd be keen on that. I think he's been really good. I do wonder if someone like Skubala, who's not got the age of a Woodman, I think that's a difficult one for me to read, because I kind of go at Lincoln. I think he's done a great job of building the team from the start of the season and getting better with them. But jumping him into a situation like this screams a bit like Ian Holloway at Plymouth when we took him across, right? So. And this is it, Scott. Why have we not gone and got Steadman from Sunderland? It's baffling. Apparently, the guy they're going for is a guy who was at Wolves, who, and you hear all sorts of things, but apparently there was one time he turned around and said the supporters were at fault for something that was going on and not the club. And you think, oh, that is not going to trend well with Leicester fans, is it? I mean, the guy from Wolves that we're linked with, apparently he's very good at the commercial side of it. Apparently he did a lot of stuff around like developing computer games for Wolves and a lot more commercial interests outside of just the on-pitch football. So there is something there in that, because I said our commercial side of our departments aren't probably excelling and maximizing the revenue we could bring in, which is part of the problem we're in now, right? But I'd agree. I mean, I think this guy from Sunderland, obviously they're gutted he's left. All the fans are really like saying, oh, we're really sorry you've gone. And when you hear that from supporters, it's normally a good indication, isn't it, that they did a pretty good job here. Let's have a quick look, see what's going on in the other leagues. I'll be interested in a minute here. So the moment in League One, it looks like Reading are going to League Two. Oh, Reading, Lincoln and Barnsley, that's 3 big clubs there, isn't it? It's amazing how different it can be from real life. And obviously Exeter and Wigan and Reading have had points deducted due to financial mismanagement. I came close to this season because my wage budget is pretty much maxed out now. I've got loads of transfer budget, but I can't spend it. So, and we've got these 2 signings coming in the summer, obviously. But yeah, at the end of the season, this will relax, and the rest of it. Yeah, I think it's the guy from Wolves. I can't quite remember. To be honest, Scott, I've actually, outside of doing the show, not really read a lot of stuff because I kind of need a break from it all. I don't know about you, mate. I've been trying to sort of keep one eye on it, but also not getting too close to it because it's getting a bit sad, really. It's been a bit annoying to me how the NHL isn't on at the moment, because I'd normally just go watch ice hockey, and obviously I've watched a bit of the Olympic stuff, but I'm kind of like, the NHL season's getting to the point now where you need to get some wins, my team as well. I'd love to be watching that right now, but I haven't got that, so it's either Leicester or Olympics, isn't it? But there we go. Right, let's get back. I want to see this. So League One, it's looking like we're going to be passing Barnsley, Lincoln, Reading and Exeter on the way down. I mean, Exeter's not a surprise, bless them, is it really? And as Doncaster can go down as well. Yeah, it's looking pretty stuffy there, isn't it? And in the Championship, Norwich and Ipswich, cool, they got an absolute battle royale going on here in the Championship as well, haven't they, guys? Southampton, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Hull. That's quite realistic to where we are this year, apart from West Brom, isn't it? And Southampton obviously are underachieving. Norwich are looking like they'll probably do this next season. And Plymouth, QPR and Preston are going down. Of course, Plymouth are in the Championship on this because we had to move Leicester down to League Two. So I had to promote 2 clubs up. So Plymouth went up to the Championship because they were in it the year before. And I think I can't remember what I put in League One, actually. It might have been Cambridge. Yeah, it was Cambridge, who are currently 8th. So there we go. Right, let's pick the team for this one. So how are we doing for fitness? Ricardo, too, is obviously not doing too good. Bobby Amarty's also got a knock as well. And Marcel's not going to be fit enough for his twisted knee. Right, so I'm not going to pick Andy King's team because he picks stupid ones. There's nothing about real life, Andy. You're working with very limited resources in real life. But the ones that you but the ones you pick on this game do not help me at all. I think today it's going to be Barrett in at right back. I think we'll go for Masonda. Oh no, do I want to go for Masonda? No, I want to go for Suter and I want to go for Vermouth. And then we're going to go for Mursad Ali. They're saying that Smet's getting a bit concerned with his lack of game time. I mean, he is a more rounded player, but the thing about him is his fitness is a real problem. I joked in the last episode that he's blooming, he's been sat at the McDonald's at Foss Park because he seems to never be fit, this bloke. Yeah, Bristol City 15th. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I always find it fascinating on the game who ends up moving where. I mean, it's its own little universe, isn't it? And just seeing how all that plays out, it's fascinating, Scott, isn't it? Also, Toby Neal in the academy looking very good and very mobile. Yes, that's true. I've got him on this game, but he's not actually featuring for me. Let's go have a little look at him, mate. I think he's in my under-21s. There you go, Tommy Neal. Oh, he's got a bit better. I mean, his first touch is exceptional, and his physical pace and acceleration is good, isn't it? If the rest of it comes up, that would be very interesting. I mean, we still got a Luco down here for one, but he's not looking like he's anything like he is in real life. I mean, nowhere near, is he, apart from jumping reach? So I don't think he's going to make it. The one I'm looking out for down here next is Riley Carr, although his stats aren't really improving, but I think he's one of those that can develop quite well with a bit of time. We're going to see when we get to the end of the season, guys, and we get through these next couple of episodes. I'm going to do like the next one back will be a transfer special episode where we're going to go through, move on some players from the academy, sell them on. So far, I've only really sold Brandon Cover, really. So we'll do all that stuff. And we'll see who we're going to hopefully promote. I'm aiming on trying to promote people from the youth team as I go as well, just to try and make it a bit more like a progressive cycle of what the whole training facility is for and all the rest of it. I think it makes more sense that way. Actually, no, let me do the team first here. So Louis Page is going to be in, Sammy Braybrook, our captain, alongside. He's pretty good. He's doing pretty well, developing well. Right, so right-hand side, Knockout has actually earned a place starting now. He's actually got incredibly good the last few games. So we'll go for him. We'll go for Alves. We'll go for Monga. Borgs Rodriguez is better off the bench. Salech up top. And we're going to go Cartwright because he can play in midfield or centre-back. De Smet, Golding. Marcel's not going to be fit enough. Borgs Rodriguez. Lorenz Hutchinson. And I got one more spot. I think it's going to go to Logan Briggs. Yeah, I like Logan. I like him. I think he's still got enough about him here to be a good one. Has Cover been sold to Bradford in January? He's been sold to somewhere in January, hasn't he? I sold him on this game, mate, to Sunderland for £500,000. If I go back to my transfer history here, transfers out 137 million. That's because we sold everyone, didn't we? If I come back here, yeah, we sold Brandon Cover to Sunderland for £500,000 on this, which is pretty good going. I can't remember where he went. Brandon Cover, but he definitely got sold. It was Rotherham. He went to Rotherham, mate. It just came to me. He went to the New York Stadium, which is about his level. He only came on for one game. I mean, to be fair to him, he bounced around Port Vale on loan for a long time, hadn't he? Which is a shame because I think he could have done us a job in League One. I mean, now he's at Rotherham. We'll see because he's got to get him out of a relegation scrap, hasn't he? Let's get to this game now, away at Gillingham, which means all our fans today are going to be stood in scaffolding because I'm sure you famously know about Priestfield. The away stand is just basically Meccano. It's just a whole big scaffold they built up and they've never managed to actually build a proper stand there yet. So we'd all be bouncing up and down on that today, causing all sorts of problems. We're going to be in the black and Thunderbird sash today, the kit I chose for this because it's one of my favourite away kits we've had in history. And let's get to this now. Gillingham away. See if we can continue this. They've got the 5-3-2 formation, which is normally a harder one for us to come up against, but hopefully our quality will fire through. Knockout plays it all the way across to Monga. Don't give him any space would be my advice. Nice ping ball across to Braybrook. Braybrook's a knockout. It's been blocked off a line. Monga's just got to hit it surely. Takes it round his man. And what a goal from Jeremy Monga, guys. Unbelievable skill. The confidence, the calmness to lift the ball around the player to then smash it into the back of the net. We'll take that every day of the week. Gillingham 0, Leicester 1. And ironically, this season, we've conceded a lot of goals in real life after about 2 or 3 minutes, haven't we? In my Leicester universe, in my Leicester world, a League 2 one, we're building again from the academy. We do the opposite. We score in 3 or 4 minutes. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Good start. And it's always interesting for me to see the heat map as to whereabouts we're pressing the ball because my idea is we press high. These centre-backs have got the pace. We know Ali's got the pace. Grazic can play as a sweeper keeper. He's very good at one-on-ones. He's got a good pace. So we're all thinking about getting the right ingredients on this pitch in order to make this system work, which is brilliant stuff. So good start. It looks like we're going to get through the half time here. Gillingham's 5-3-2 looks like it's not offering too much in the way of an attacking threat here. How's their home stats looking? Yeah, see, they're not creating anything so far. Not creating anything so far. As we get towards half-time, I think I've just jinxed it, though. Curse of the commentator, because now Vokes has got a highlight here. Barra's going to literally calm the play down back to Grazic, though. Can we play out from the back? Something Leicester City can't do in real life. Here comes Barra down this right-hand side. He's done a great job. He's going to flick it in early, and Salic just hit the post, guys. I brought Salic in because he's a really good complete forward. He can do the heading. He can do the finishing with his feet. He can hold the ball up well. So it gives us a long ball option into the box as well if we need it. We actually like to run inside with the way I've set the game up and get inside by diagonally running into the box. But we'll take it. 13 shots, 8 on target. It's one of those games you think it could come back and bite us if we can't score anymore. So I'm going to say, I don't want to see even a hint of complacency in this. And we'll get ourselves back out there. See, as good as Monger is, I think his head has been turned regardless of where we are at the start of the next season. We want to move on. He strikes me as a sort of player that wants to play Premier League football just by how he also sort of beholds himself on the pitch, the things he does on the pitch. It kind of looks like that, doesn't he? And hey, look, there's a lot of interest from him also abroad, isn't there? And I don't think he's looked particularly great this year. I don't know if it's just all a bit too much for him or it's the wrong league for him, but I think actually, I mean, I said I think he should play as a 10. Souttar's third goal of the season, guys. The only first team player I kept. Oh no, he's going to be ruled out for offside. Frustrating. We'll get some subs here in a minute. I'm not going to change the formation. I'm just going to rag the players instead, I think, this one. Golding, come on. Braybrook will swap him because Braybrook then goes into that Regista role. Barra's having a good game here. He is so much better than what his stats show. He really is. And he's actually improving nicely. I've got some apprehension for Moots here. I'm going to rest Mursal Ali here. I think Desmit can come on. And I think Monger as well. We're talking about him. Let's get Borgs Rodriguez on because he's got a goal on him. And I might bring Briggs on as the attacking mid-centre a minute to have a look at him as well. I think Monger should have been playing as a 10 this season. Just the way he, all of his attributes to me is close ball control, little flicks and little things like that. Doing that out on the flank, I think, you know, he's sort of underutilising his skill set a bit. Yeah, so I see Monger as a 10 going forward in real life. On this game, you know, it's slightly different. He's playing fine as a winger for me and developing really nicely, isn't he? 10 minutes to go here, and it's a bit worrying how we haven't actually gone on to get more goals. Well, Alves can come off for Logan Briggs here, and I think that'll be all my changes I'm going to make. I'll save one just in case we get an injury now. Knockout's going to play a set piece across here. It's been punched away by the goalkeeper. He probably could have caught it. Briggs down to Golding. Golding again. He's got a curling long-range shot on him, hasn't he? He's scored like 3 or 4 of them this year from distance, and he's not even really featured. Incredible stuff. And it looks like, guys, we're going to grind out a hard-fought 1-0 win here. Touch wood. 5 minutes of added time. Ooh, it's a bit tight, this one, wasn't it? And it was pretty much our first team, apart from Ricky too, who's been out injured. But it looks like we're going to get it over the line here, guys, and that is another win in the books. Okay, we'll take it. So I'm going to say... ignore the recent praise. Let's not get carried away with ourselves. We've got to keep working hard here. 9-point gap to Colchester, guys, with 6 games to go. So it means we won't be confirmed tonight with our promotion as the screen glitches. But it does mean next time out, with 5 games to go, we're going to be in a prime position to really push on. Mursal Ali wants a new deal. Oh, this is the problem now, isn't it? 13 games unbeaten, guys, as well. Look at that. So a 1-0 win, a 4-0 win, a 1-1 draw, and a 1-0 win. I'm being a bit like Arsenal in the old days, aren't I, with the 1-0 wins? I can't believe it. Right, I will give Ali a new contract. I don't like these players jumping on me, but I do want to keep him around. And he is a regular starter. That's not a problem. Let's give him a little bit more, try and get the 4 years of it. Do we give you a Bristol Motors trophy? No, let's get rid of that. I don't like giving them too many bonuses. I'm a bit of a tight arse. I'm a bit like Brian Clough. A minimum fee release clause? No chance. Not happening. I'm going to remove that and exclude from negotiation. He'll now want probably $2,000 a week, but that's okay. I'd prefer to give him $2,000 a week and allow someone to pick him up for £500,000. That's really going to bite us. He's going to be worth a lot more than that. Okay, he doesn't want that. Right, well, I'm going to give him $2,000 a week. I'm going to give him $2,000 a week. 1.8 for 4 years. I'll tell you what, if you get in team of the year, I'll give you £5,000 on top. How does that sound? I'll be nice. £5,000. Accepted. Good stuff. Right, so that's that done. And he is going to be probably one of our biggest players. So far, he is the most successful shout from our academy so far, without a shadow of a doubt. So that's really helpful. And we've got Fleetwood coming up next in 3 days. So I'm going to clear the team selection because we're going to have to probably rotate a bit. I probably should take that into consideration, guys, going into this, but hopefully we'll be able to get the job done. That's all we need to do. If we lose this one, once again, it's going to put us in a position where we're right back where we are at the start of the episode, really, and it's going to keep the tension on going into next week's final round of fixtures. But can we get over 100 points as well? Logan Briggs has been lazy this week. Let's tell him off. He loves to do that. He loves to get lazy. After he gets like a little bit of football on the pitch, he starts getting lazy. It's incredible. One thing I think for the future is better allow you track academy players from opposition clubs in order to grab bargains, especially with lower league teams. Yeah, definitely, mate. That's a really good shout, that, actually. That's a very good shout. I agree with that. And most successful managers were not toy players trying to negotiate new contracts on players' terms. Yeah, it has. I mean, this is the thing. Like, the problem is that because of the rise of agents and the money in the game and all the rest of it, unfortunately, the game's naturally turned into this. I don't think even if it was an Alex Ferguson or a Clough now, they'd probably be able to stamp their authority like they used to. I think the game has changed massively, hasn't it, unfortunately, mate? Not for the best, may I say. But honestly, this year, I mean, it's not just because of Leicester. Just seeing other things like the Man City stuff going on, Chelsea breaking rules and getting away with it, other clubs like Crystal Palace coming a cropper because of obviously financial problems as well, which are putting them under pressure. I really got a bit of a sour taste about football this year. I said I've probably been watching more hockey than I've actually been football, ironically, but then that's not been going well either. So it doesn't get any better, does it? Right, Mursad Ali is going to start this one. Looks like everyone's going to be pretty fit apart from Braybrook, but that's okay because we've got Golding. I mean, the good thing is in a lot of positions we have got the right sort of depth here, guys. Knockout can stay on the right. Will Alvarez can come back in the centre. I think Wanya Marçal is going to want to leave in the summer, but he's worth apparently £10 million now, which seems a bit ridiculous. But I'm going to be okay with it. I can't drop Monga from his goal scoring form at the moment, can I? I think that's impossible. And Salic has obviously got to keep that starting well. Salic hasn't scored for a few games now, which is a bit of a concern. He has got 15 and 28, though, so it's not too bad. Once we get to the end of the season, we'll go back and have a look at how everyone's actually got on with the stats as well. That'll be a big part of the transfer special in 2 episodes' time. So, right. Onieni can come on the bench today. He's improving a little bit. He's still probably not at the level we need, but, we'll get him on there. Wanya Marçal. Borgs Rodriguez. Logan Briggs can drop out for being lazy in training. And I'm going to go Josh King today, actually, rather than Lorenz Hutchinson, because I want to give him a few minutes possibly as well here. Fitness tests, everything looks pretty good. Ricky 2 is still going to have a game's rest here for me because I think he played so well last time out. And they're going for the Charlton formation as well, guys, the 3-4-1-2. And they got some, I'd tell me, Neil's quite a good striker on this as well, as is Helms, an ex-Man United Academy player. But let's get to it now. It'll be the final game of tonight, guys. And then we'll see where we are. We might literally have our 1 foot confirmed in League One. Let's see what happens. Results will need to go in our favour. Come on, lads. At home. Sold out King Power Stadium, hopefully. It's funny because I dropped, obviously, all the attendances and that to match up for us being in League Two. I think I dropped it to about 20 or like under 20,000. But for some reason now, because of the run we're on, we seem to be getting 30-odd thousand every game, which is brilliant. I'm obviously playing the football that excites the fans here. A win here takes us to 92 points, which will then put us obviously 8 points off the magic 100-point mark. I'm in my bright blue coat. Fleetwood in the red today. Another thing that would be good if games could give you a better background on players' mentality and how to contribute to a dressing room, i.e. background. So, yeah, there's a little bit of that, isn't there? Yeah. Because if you look, it tells on the if we're talking about obviously the game, mate. Yeah. If you look on the scout report, it normally tells you if they're going to fit into one of the social groups, doesn't it? But it is the most important part of this game. I got a Gillingham team automatic promotion 3 times in a row. Oh no, one of them was a playoff final to the Premier League from League Two, and one of my other saves on my old FM 303 channel. And the Premier League season, I made the mistake of not looking at squad dynamics, signed the best players I could for the stats, and completely wrecked my team chemistry. I ended up having to put in my championship team just to try and get a team to play well. And I think I'm just about to stay up in that on the last day, but I've made it hard work for myself. So it's going to be a big part of what we do in the transfer special as well. 40 minutes has flown by here, and Knockout's going to take a free kick, but it looks like Fleetwood parking the bus here with the players at the back is going to be a good idea for them. 1 minute of added time here, and I tell you what, we've not gone and torn up any trees in this one. That is the lowest XG we have probably had all season. which is interesting. Our possession is down as well. Fleetwood doing a really good job here. Right, let's tell them off. Hands on hips, outstretched arms. No, hands in pockets. That isn't good enough. Unacceptable. Let's have a look at some half-time changes here. I think we need to mix this up a little bit. I don't understand why Vermoot's looking nervous. I do not understand. He's not one of the younger lads. Knockouts had a bit of a funny game, hasn't he? Right, I think we're going to invert Monga. He can do stuff on that side as well. I'm going to get on Borgs Rodriguez, who's got a wonder goal in him and has bailed us out so far this season. Keep an eye on Will Alves. He might come off for Marcel in a bit as well, guys, to freshen that up. But one change at half-time. Fleetwood with the early chance in the second half can be played across him. As Saunders got his head to the ball and cleared it away. Need to try and stop this ball coming in the box, guys. Golding's nicked it beautifully. As Chesterfield take the lead against Gillingham. So it looks like we won't be confirmed with automatic promotion today, sadly, but we'll be on the verge coming back next time. Here comes Raphael, who signed a new contract with us, and he gets the long-range strike, and that is the manager's decision again, vindicated. My super sub is being Superman. I think that's like the third game in a row he's done that for me, where I've been in a sticky situation at 0-0, and he's come off the bench and buried one into the back of the net. Come on, son. Going to be a corner now, load to Fleetwood. Don't throw it away straight away, Leicester. Oh, my word. He's got the space of utterly... How much space do you want to give him there, guys? Do they all want to mark the bloke? We gave him enough room to like park a Great Wall of China in there, didn't we? And he fires it into the back of the net, and it is going to be all square here. Right, I'm going to demand some more here, and I think we're going to make some changes in a minute again. Goldie's going to take a short corner to Alves, now lays it off. That was a little nibble, and that one's a big nibble, and we've got the penalty. Marcel's not on the pitch who took the last one. It's going to be the goal scorer, guys. I don't know how good at penalties he is, but he's going to do it. And he puts it top corner, 2 goals off the bench. He's been on the pitch for 7 minutes, and he's got 2 goals. We've got a competition for places in this team, haven't we? Brilliant, 2-1. Would you prioritise local players as European players? Not to be biased, I just think potentially a more local player may have hearts to do well for the club rather than one abroad. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think you've got a very good point there as we go 3-0 up here with Salic as well. Brilliant stuff. We'll take that 3-1. Yeah, I probably would, mate, to be honest. I think I would. I think the interesting thing about it is, though, is that I think, unfortunately, money talks. And I think we've had a lot of academy players recently come through, like KDH, who was a big supporter of the club as well. But they still end up moving on, don't they, unfortunately? I think the game is kind of weird like that now. I think there's a lot of value in us looking abroad and trying to pick up some talent as well. I do think one thing we've been terrible at is utilising our relationship with Leuven. Now, we scored a 4th, guys, and it's a hat-trick for Raphael Borgs Rodriguez. No, it's been disallowed. Oh, I thought that was going to be the hat trick. Well, I'm going to change the formation here. So yeah, no, I kind of see the argument for both, really, Scott, on that one, mate. I think you could argue both sides of that pretty well, can't you? But I think it's hard to have players who want to stick around now and just, at Leicester, really. It's like everyone wants to play for Man United or Barcelona, or, it's almost like all the players in the world want to play for like 6 teams now, isn't it? And I think a lot of that is when you look at Man City's wages, for example, they're paying like the cheapest player in the squad's like on 80 grand a week. The rest of them on 100, 102, 120, or 200 grand a week. It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, I think we'll go for that. Oh, no, I'll tell you what, let's get Onieni on and let's mess up things up top. Let's give our youngster Josh King a go here. And let's see here. This could be a big win for us. Bear in mind, Fleetwood a 5th. Super Sonny Apuku has done well. He's been at both clubs. Yeah, he didn't last very long in this FM game for me as well, mate. He's gone back out on loan. I was trying to sell him in January and no one wanted to bite, unfortunately. And in fact, I managed to negotiate a deal, I think, to move him on for like £10,000, and Rudkin got involved and went, nope, not enough money. So he is out on loan somewhere as we speak. At the end of the season, he'll probably be moving on. I'm going to keep playing the intense formation here. I just think to get a few more goals if we can would be quite helpful. I'd love for my new signing to get a hat-trick. I'm not sure he's going to quite manage it. Doesn't look like it. 6 minutes of added time, guys. Firing past it. Looks like we're going to win. It's going to be exactly the same record as the last episode. I'm so reliable, it's actually almost boring. And we win by 3-1. We draw 1 and 1-4. Brilliant stuff. I'm going to say nice work, everyone. That was good. Nice, easy pat on the back. And that has damaged Fleetwood's opportunities here in the playoffs, hasn't it? It drops them down into a competition with Bristol Rovers there. But it looks like now we have got a 9-point gap over Colchester. So you think about it, we got to probably 2 more games we've got to win, and we're going to be confirmed with automatic promotion. Looks like the title might be on as well, guys, because we're 5 points clear now of MK Dons in second. I think you can put that in the books as a pretty good episode all in all there. Let's quickly go through the news and have a look at the league table again. Salic have gone over 10 hours of competitive football without scoring a goal. I hadn't even noticed that because everyone else had been scoring, right? Like Monga and all the rest of it. Going to be a pay increase on Ian. He's going to go up to 750 quid a week. Okay, so that'll be my last time I play him this season to avoid that because I'm going to be an arsehole. Leicester received Fulham Premier League division rights. We've been paid £500,000 because Fulham avoided relegation from the Premier League, and that's part of the Castagna deal. That's good. I have got some options here when it comes to Harvey Barnes I could cash in, but they're probably going to come to fruition anyways. He's going to play those minutes, right? And look at this guy we've got coming in the end of the season. He looks like he could be quite nice. I mean, his finishing's not very good, but his flair and all this stuff's looking utterly brilliant, isn't it? I think we're going to be building a super little team here, guys. Right, let's take it to the league table. Let's have a look at the permutations. And we'll have a look at what fixtures we got next time out, because we've got a few left. Only 5 to go now, guys. The nosebleed time is here. And as you can see, top of the league, played 41, won 28, drawn 8, lost 5. The only ones we lost 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, which is not bad. We got a goal difference of 53 now. We started today on the same as Chesterfield, and we've scored 10 more goals than them now. 92 points to 87 for MK Dons, 5-point gap. We are sitting pretty and looking like we're going to get the objective completed next week, where we're going to confirm our promotion to Sky Bet League One, which is incredible. I just want to quickly go to the schedule and let's see what we got left. Right, so Bromley up next, so we're looking like they're going to get relegated, so we could rotate for this. It's in 13 days. There is an international break now, so I'm going to have to survive 1 or 2 players going out on international duty, including Suter, Musonda, and a couple other lads we got as well who do go. I can't quite remember who they are, but they are in the squad. Then we got Chesterfield away in 3rd. That's going to be the game where I think if we win that, we'll probably confirm our promotion to Sky Bet League One, guys. And then we can get on and start thinking about what we're going to do in regard to bringing players in. We've got Barrow, Harrogate, and Walsall. So you'd argue it's a very similar run of fixtures than what we just had. And as you can see, we've not lost in the league. That was a cup game where we lost in the 92nd. We've not lost in the league since we lost to Colchester on the 13th of January, and we're now in the 16th of the 3rd. Thank you very much, Scott. Guys, what a way to end the episode off tonight. Thank you all very much for popping in and joining. I hope you enjoyed just literally seeing Leicester, even if it is little pixels running around the football pitch, actually winning some football matches. Like I said, this is the only show on Leicester Till I Die we can offer at the moment where Leicester seem to be winning. So thank you all very much for joining us today. And let's have a look at this glorious league table one more time here. Brilliant stuff. Top of the league, 5 games to go. 5 games to go from glory. I'd like Booker T there if you ever watch wrestling. Brilliant stuff. Guys, once again, thank you all. Cheers, Scott. Cheers, Anthony. Cheers, the Dino. And cheers, Andreas. And cheers, Melchir Walker. I think that's everyone else who talked tonight. If you do chat with me in the chat, I'll give you a shout out always. And like I say, we'll see you back here tomorrow night. Chris is going to be doing a review show. It hasn't gone up on the channel yet, but you'll have the bell notified already, I'm sure. You'll have the subscription button pressed, so you'll see that when Chris sorts it out. I'm not sure who's on the show tomorrow, but it won't be me, unfortunately. And then, yeah, we'll see you back here tomorrow for that. There'll be other shows coming up in the week as well, as you know. And thank you all very much for your support today, guys. It is much appreciated. And yes, join us this time next week when we got the final 5, and then we will see, will we get Leicester promoted? Amazing stuff. Guys, once again, cheers. Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.